This is what Family Guy considers a North Korean hello. And this is what they have to say about Moroccans.
Look at you fat, gross Moroccans, with your ooga booga food.
Yikes, they do not pull their punches, do they? But how many countries have gotten the Family Guy treatment? Well, today, I'm gonna go through many countries on Earth and figure out just how many of them have actually been roasted on the show. Starting with your average Australian wedding, at least according to the show.
Didgeridoo, you take this boat to be your wife? Well, didgeridoo. If there are any spiders the size of dinner plates that object to this marriage, please speak now.
Go get 'em, mate.
I now pronounce you man and boat.
Can any Aussies in the chat tell me how accurate that is? Because my money's on 90%. Those spiders looked way too small. That was a cute little jab, right? Well, that's not gonna last long. Things are gonna get mean. But why rush into those when you got cute little jokes about how nice everyone in Canada is?
She's an idiot redneck, Peter. Tricking her should be easier than escaping from Canadian Alcatraz.
Can I go out through here? Just be back by bedtime. Okay.
Or funny little bits about how wacky our neighbors up north are.
Oh, hey there. You having some car troubles, eh?
Yeah, we're trying to get to the North Pole. You're from AAA, are you?
Who?
AAA, you know? AAA.
Oh, AA, eh?
No, not AA, AAA.
Yeah, that's what I said. AA, eh?
Oh, so you are with AAA?
I just came from AA, eh?
Huh?
Stewie, I think he's just a drunk.
Oh, look at that. A classic language barrier miscommunication. Funny every single time. I wonder what he's gonna do next. Offer the shirt off his back?
We don't have enough cash to fix the car, and we're kind of on our way to the North Pole. If you like, you can take my snowmobile. Really? You just give it to us? Oh, sure. If you like, you can have all my money and my leg.
I wasn't expecting him to offer his leg, much less them taking it, but yeah, that's still a pretty light jab. How about this funny little number about China?
I say, I seem to have sewn a shoe to my hand. May I go to the nurse? Replace him! Ah! Faster!
Wow, that was not whimsical at all. Maybe this next one will be a little less dark?
Dude, bad news. You're dead.
What? But I'm deaf.
Super death. You're done. When a death dies, he gets reincarnated as a Chinese baby right now. Girl? Girl.
Oh my heavens, how did it get worse? All right, hold on. Maybe I can salvage this, actually. How about this next gag about Haiti? Wait, Haiti?
Oh my God.
Wow. You know what? Screw being nice. While we're here, we might as well just talk about the multiple times Family Guy has roasted Central and South American countries, starting, of course, with Mexico.
All right, we'll come to dinner. But I want you to know I'm very skeptical about this whole thing.
And I was skeptical about traveling to Mexico. I took one step outside the resort.
You already know the writers weren't going to stop with one joke about Mexico, though.
This party's worse than a Mexican funeral.
Es con mucho dolor y Pepe, y Carlos, y Lupe, Jesús, María, Vicente, y los perros de Vicente, y otra Lupe, Salvador, Fabian.
I was going to say the Family Guy triple dipped on Mexico, but technically this next one is friendly fire, if you really think about it.
Wait, but she's sneaking out of the U.S.
This is Arizona. You can shoot a Mexican for using a water fountain.
See? Friendly fire. Heck, I hear the fires in Arizona are always friendly. Where'd I hear that from? Quick map check, and it looks like Canada, Mexico, and China are neck and neck. And if you're wondering why, that's because if the roast happened in a separate episode, it counts as a separate point. We clear? Okay, now let's get back to Family Guy making fun of other countries. As a matter of fact, they made a whole episode clowning on Cuba. Well, 1/3 of an episode, really. That episode was called Tales of Former Sports Glory, and it started with the writers retconning Cleveland's backstory for no reason.
I was a baseball prodigy. It was back home in the Cuban League. I grew up working in the tobacco fields outside of Havana. Our mitts were made of cigars, some of them still going.
Do they call Cuban cigars in Cuba, or just cigars? Dumb question. What I should be asking is why the hell Cleveland is now Cuban? He's supposed to have grown up in Virginia, right? I guess they had to change it. How else could they land jokes like this?
I drove a cab. We all had to drive huge cars there, wearing pants that went above my belly button.
Pull your pants up.
Not gonna lie, the jokes are only gonna get less creative from here. Don't just take my word for it, though. The writers admit it.
Fidel Castro was there to throw out the first pitch. Later, we would find out he had a fashion disease. We would write more jokes about him, but our dumb writers only know what he looks like.
Strike!
See what I mean? Now, if you haven't picked up on it by now, this episode is telling the story of Cleveland growing up a young, impoverished lad in Cuba with big dreams of making it big as a baseball player and going to America. Or, as the writers so tastefully put it,
we hated America so much we copied everything they did.
Cleveland spent his youth honing his craft in the fine art of baseball, but it wasn't without difficulty.
We tried to play, but it was difficult. Every time a hurricane would sweep through, causing hundreds of dollars worth of damage.
Alright, maybe I've been a bit harsh. Some of their jokes are pretty clever, some of them are quite obvious. This next one's a bit of both.
I knew what I had to do. Cuba was nice. We had a bay of hotties, another bay of less attractive women. I forget what they called it.
You get 10 points if you can guess what the other bay is called. Cleveland does make it to America, though, where he goes on to play for the big leagues.
We can escape to the Cayman Islands.
Cayman my ass. I'm going to America.
And that, ladies and gents, is why I don't watch baseball. Oh, and remember when I said they retconned Cleveland's backstory? Well, if you were thinking to yourself this episode isn't canon, well, it might as well be. According to very reliable and studious resources like Wikipedia, Cleveland is in fact Afro-Cuban. Don't ask me how that fits with the timeline established during the Cleveland show, because I don't got that answer, and quite frankly, I don't want to know. What I do have is this joke about France.
Tell French people that a good-looking, depressed guy smoking a cigarette is not a movie.
People of France, a good-looking, depressed guy is not a movie. And your sirens sound like gay guys having a threesome.
Hey, look at that! Nice and uncomplicated. Unless you're wondering what a French siren actually sounds like now. Good, me too. All right, look what I found online. Here it is. Dang it, I can't believe Family Guy lied to me. And here I was thinking every single one of these roasts was completely accurate. So what, you're telling me this isn't accurate either?
Finally, I'm above the law, like my 14th century ancestor. More wine, more women, more table. Yeah! I'm having a heart attack. Is anyone at the table a doctor? I am. Come here, hurry.
Are you trying to tell me right now that Danish tables aren't super tiny? I'm genuinely asking, because where on earth did they come up with this joke then? And don't tell me they just did some random Google search, because if they did, they'd actually admit it, like they did with Norway.
Look, this is gonna sound racist, but...
Stop. No, hear me out. It's just stop.
Norwegians can't dance.
Oh, that's actually not as bad as I thought it would be.
It is clearly he has not seen me dance around the scan.
Yeah, we can do hopping like lutefisk in the almond pot.
We Googled Norway for this joke.
You know what? Since we dove into the past and learned where Danish tables come from, let's do that some more. Now, obviously, you don't always have to travel back in time to learn about another country. Sometimes you get a very realistic and accurate rendition in a museum, like this one.
Dad, I don't want to be here. I want to be chilling with my homies.
You learn about your Irish heritage.
Wow, it feels like I'm right there. Now, how did this wondrous land come to be in the first place?
Ancient archaeological evidence indicates that Ireland was a much different place before the discovery of alcohol.
Today, we found a way to convert our entire population to pure energy.
Hey, Michael McLeod's just invented a new kind of beverage in his basement.
Whiskey.
Okay. Before you get mad at the representation, just know that Peter Griffin is an Irishman. So it's A-okay. What the frick was that? I'd be making the same entirely logical and non-sarcastic argument about this next roast if Peter was, say, Italian, for example.
I got the most beautiful woman in the world at home, and I no want to keep her waiting. Vincenzo, play me a tune, huh? Salata caprese. Italy. It's 9 a.m. and I've already kissed 8 guys.
Why are you looking at the other babies, huh? Why you making me do that to Ruperto? I don't want to do that.
Only the Italians are allowed to answer this one. Should I sign up for a semester there? Or is it only the high schoolers that get taught the real advanced calculus? That was just a quick detour, by the way. Ireland's about to get another point because Family Guy isn't done with them quite yet. In fact, there's a whole episode about Peter visiting his homeland to meet his long-lost father. And that one started with Peter killing his other dad in a pretty horrifying way.
All right, this is going to blow you guys away.
Is he breathing? Somebody call an ambulance.
Maybe you better call 2 ambulances.
After his father passes, Peter finds out his real dad is some dude named Mickey McFinnigan living in Ireland, so he gets on the next plane there.
This is quite a country, Brian. You know, Ireland has more drunks per capita than people.
I don't think the Irish drink as much as people say they do.
I might be reading this wrong, guys, but I think Family Guy is subtly calling Irish people drunks. I know technically they made that joke already, but they didn't make this one.
Excuse me, is this McSwiggin Village?
Dibble a man who say a word.
Is that a yes or a no?
Aye, 'tis McSwiggin Village. The sweaters are so thick, even the boniest fingered nun could poke you in the chest and it wouldn't bother you none.
Your dark hair and your proud ways.
I can't feel a thing!
Was that a yes or a no? Or just gibberish? I've always wanted to know. So Peter and Brian look everywhere, and of course they find him at the local watering hole, a place called Wifey McBeady Tavern. Oh my frick.
Hey, you heard of a man named Mickey McFinnigan?
Have I heard of him? He's the town drunk.
Oh my God, you mean he's the disgrace of the whole town? Top of the morning, laddies. Let me cut you an Irish rose.
Around here, the town drunk is a person of great honor.
Now this might surprise you, but Peter's deadbeat dad wasn't exactly super receptive to his new 40-year-old son.
This may be hard for you to believe, but you're my father. Who am I now? I suppose it's money you're wanting. I owe you some allowance and so forth.
He's not just the town drunk, he's also the town jerk, too. Rejected by his new dad, Peter figures there's only one way to prove himself to this drunken Irishman. He challenges him to a drink-off to prove he's got that Irish blood in him.
Let's drink until the alcohol in our system destroys our livers and kills us.
I know that there's been a lot of exaggerating so far, but you can't tell that that's not a saying in Ireland. So they drink and drink until they can't drink no more.
What happened?
Peter, you won!
Nobody's ever beat me at the game of drink. Nobody but a McFinnigan could handle that much of the creature. Welcome to me family, Peter.
Oh, look at that. Everything worked out in the end. The reunited family celebrate with an Irish jig, which I guess involves a lot of hitting for some reason.
Oh, the spawn of a pickle from a drunken Irish dad.
And they all lived happily ever after. Looks like Europe's starting to catch up, so I'm going to kick off this next round with a completely random country you're never going to guess. I'm not even going to tell you, just play the clip, see if you can guess the country before the reveal.
We're laughing at Griffin's shoes. Why? What's wrong with them? What's Teslic? I'm not sure. Mom says they're very popular with Latvian athletes.
Running, throwing, lifting big things. Teslic, that's all right with me, man.
Each shoe sold separate.
Did you guess Latvia? Probably didn't get the chance to before they gave it away, right? All right, I'm going to give you one more chance. Guess the next country Family Guy made fun of.
This is favorite Belarusian children book called Good Night Moon of Chernobyl. Good night, Chernobyl moon. Good night, radiation house. Good night, glowing milk. Good night, bleeding grandpa's eyes. Good night, nobody.
Now, I know you didn't guess Belarus. Apparently, that's what a children's book is like over there. All right, let's balance things out a little bit, return to home turf. I already showed you what the writers think of Arizona. Well, the roasts get more precise. This is what they think of Tucson, Arizona.
We took that helicopter tour of Tucson. Wow, I've never seen so many boats not near bodies of water. Look, there's a dog tied to our other dog. I think that guy with long hair is a lawyer. Look at all those students running for their lives.
That's pretty tame compared to their second roast of Tucson 12 episodes later. Wow, they really couldn't wait, huh? So in the episode, The Most Interesting Man in the World, Peter takes a business trip to Chicago and decides to see the sights.
Oh, at least that Peter was fun and didn't make me feel so stupid. Miss the old Peter.
Well, we gotta do something.
I know we're talking about Tucson, but I wasn't gonna let Chicago slide without acknowledging that stray. Anyway, Peter goes to a museum, gets cultured, and travels around the country getting more smarterer. He returns home and promptly turns into a giant douche.
Hey, what are you listening to?
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm learning Sanskrit.
Peter, what gives? Ever since you had all those business trips, you've been acting weird.
Pity a man in who yet feels like a stranger.
You're the who wrote that in the bathroom.
Being smart and cultured is so lonely. Gentlemen, as they say in Sanskrit, Shubha Prabhatam.
Everyone gets tired of it real quick, especially his family, so they come up with an ingenious plan.
If visiting San Francisco and New York made Peter smart, we send him to the dumbest city in the whole country. It'll bring back the old Peter.
It's worth a try.
I've teased it long enough. I think you can probably tell what city they sent him to.
Aloha!
Okay, it's a little much maybe. Tucson can't be that bad. Well, their plan works and Peter's back to being an idiot, or I suppose as smart as your average Tucsonite or Tucsonian.
How was your trip?
Oh, amazing. I saw a wet t-shirt contest using chocolate milk.
What else did you do?
Mostly just picked my desert boogers.
Oh, Peter, you're back! We all owe that trash city a debt of gratitude.
This roast was so brutal that it actually made the news in Tucson. Now that is wild. But hey, at least they didn't try to ban the show. I'm looking at you, Saudi Arabia. Sorry, what the frick am I, King of the Hill? Now, because Family Guy is banned in that country, they'll never get to officially watch this roast.
Come on, let's head home before Stewie gets hurt, like Fozzie Bear when he went to Saudi Arabia.
It's good to worship Allah, because I used to worship summer. I once knew a guy who was so Arab.
How Arab was he?
He was so Arab that everybody liked him, and there was nothing funny about him at all.
Speaking of getting banned, that's not the only country that won't get to see their roast through official means. Apparently, South Korea has banned the show as well, which is a bummer because there's an episode where Peter and the guys head off to South Korea where it turns out Quagmire's a huge star.
American Johnny!
Holy crap, Quagmire, you're famous here.
It's American Johnny!
I take a picture with a giant Samsung phone.
They have huge phones in Korea? Come on, Family Guy, you can do better than that.
Welcome, American Johnny. We give our only best room for you. Then how many ridiculous things would you like your toilet to do?
Do you have one that goes yum, 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 yum?
Presidential suite.
All right, see, now that's a little better. They've even got some topical jokes about Korea there as well.
Where's Peter?
Oh, he went to get plastic surgery. Nobody here thinks you look good unless you have big round eyes and a tiny little nose and chin.
Peter, are you all right?
You know what? I feel good.
Later in the episode, Quagmire reunites with an old Korean flame. He falls in love with the country, and he decides he's not going home. So his friends try to convince him to follow them back to Quahog, and they do so with song.
Quahog is your home. Quagmire. Who wants to live in Korea? Name sounds like gonorrhea. Quahog. Come on, come on, come on home. Quahog is your home, boy.
Hey, it's hard to come up with clever disses when you gotta make it rhyme.
You only belong in Quahog. Come home. So buddy, please run, don't jog, and come on, come on, come on home.
To nobody's surprise, this musical abomination did not convince Quagmire to follow them home to Quahog. What convinced him, though, was having to live like an actual Korean.
Well, I pressed our matching beige pantsuits for tomorrow. Good night. Ah! Who's that?
This is my grandfather. He is going to live with us. So will the rest of my aunts, uncles, and cousins. And have you met great-grandma?
I can see through her. Is she a ghost?
We don't know. She won't answer.
And with that, we've added 2 more Asian countries to the list. Yes, Saudi Arabia is in fact in Asia. Now that last roast was definitely a bit of an exaggeration. You know what's not an exaggeration? This cutaway gag.
Friedrich, now that World War II is over, we can get back to making comedies again. These comedy writers.
I don't think any of these guys are available.
This is terrible. Get me my agent.
He's probably not gonna answer.
Well, this is crazy. What happened? Oh, I remember what happened.
I'm pretty sure it went something like that after World War II. In contrast to that, here's a roast that's like, I want to say inaccurate, but it's more like alternate history. So in the episode Life of Brian, Stewie alters the past, and now present-day America is populated exclusively by Native Americans, and apparently this is what it would look like.
You know, it actually looks like the Native Americans have done all right for themselves. They do seem to have a lot of shops.
And it looks like they have medical care as well.
Ma'am, I'm sorry, but I've done this, and your husband just isn't responding.
Well, have you tried this?
And their popular music is interesting.
And here it is. Hiya, hiya, hiya.
Hiya, 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 hiya.
Another own goal from the Family Guy crew. Entirely on purpose, of course. They love making fun of the US of A, as we've already seen. So what state do you think Family Guy has the biggest beef with? Because I think it's Texas. I mean, they made a whole episode dunking on the place. The episode's called The Boys Do Cry for some freaking reason, and it really kicks off when Stewie decides to ruin church communion like a greedy little baby.
Thou shalt not spill thy seed into thy sock. Cram it to the bottom of the hamper like it's been there a long time.
Oh, I am so hungry. Oh, look, they're handing out cookies up there. Stewie, wait, don't... Give me that!
Well, aren't you an enthusiastic wafer muncher? Oh, don't y'all drink that. You's gonna get sick.
Yeah, they took that very seriously. Way too seriously. Pretty soon, an angry mob shows up at their house trying to exorcise the baby. So the Griffins decide to flee town, and where else do they choose to go but Tejas, Texas.
We're going to Texas in search of religious tolerance? Trying to get Sneakers O'Toole to take his sneakers off.
I'm not taking my sneakers off. I am Sneakers O'Toole.
And boy, do the roasts just keep coming. This is literally their first interaction with a Texan.
Howdy, new neighbors. Pleased to welcome you.
We're the Lynches. We're the Griffins.
Nellie here's a homemaker, and I'm a queer chaser and beater.
Not entirely sure that's a real job, but hey, who knows what kind of wacky stuff goes on down there. Apparently, this is what the local liquor stores are like.
A bottle of Jack Daniels, please.
Here you go.
What's this?
That's your gun. Buy some liquor, get a free gun. Texas state law. You have a nice day now.
God, this place officially sucks worse than the WNBA.
I can vouch and say that is exactly what Texan liquor stores are like. Brian keeps belly aching while everyone else has a grand old time in Texas, especially Peter. He's really taking it all in. Just one problem, though. Texas might as well be 1940s Germany, according to Family Guy.
Man, Texas is great. Back where I'm from, a retarded guy could never have this much fun.
What'd you just say?
Technically, I'm retarded. Fellas, can't we talk this over?
Peter gets saved by his horse named Horsey right in the nick of time, but he's not the only person about to get lynched. See, Lois entered her little baby boy Stewie into a girl's beauty pageant, and Jody actually won the darn thing.
Miss Stephanie Griffin is our new Little Miss Texas!
Oh my God! Oh, I never expected this.
Hey, that's not a girl! No, it's not! It's one of them queer-osexuals! Get him!
Yeah, that put an end to the family stay in Texas real quick. They hightailed it out of there and back to Quahog. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta come clean. I haven't been entirely honest with you. Texas isn't the state Family Guy hates the most. That would be Alabama. The episode To Love and Die in Dixie might as well be a middle finger to the state, everyone who lives there and everything they stand for. Once again, the Griffins have to run away from Quahog. This time, it's a dangerous criminal chasing after Chris, so they decide to relocate to a quaint town in Bumblestone. And this is the chateau they'll be living in.
This is our house? I bet if we fixed it up a little bit, it could be a piece of crap.
So their house is a dump? Not too bad. What about the people? I'm sure they're all just lovely.
Excuse me, do you have an ATM?
Over there, ma'am. How much you want to take out?
$40?
You smell like the inside of my mama's purse.
Thank you.
Hey, honestly, they aren't so bad. Just incredibly backward swamp people, apparently. Lois isn't the only one meeting new people, though. Chris meets someone, too.
Hi.
Hi.
Are you mad at that pond?
Of course, this pond did kill my grandpap. Saw his reflection in the water, thought it was him, and drowned trying to save himself.
I'm starting to think, and I may be wrong here, the writers don't think very highly of Alabamians.
Sam, come on in now.
I gotta go help my daddy bring in the mud harvest.
So they do farm mud. Or is that a euphemism for poop? I don't know which one's worse, honestly. That isn't even the wildest interaction yet. I still haven't even gotten to Meg. See, she started going to a new school, and boy howdy are her classmates something.
We have a new student joining us. Everyone, please welcome Megan Griffin.
What's it like up there? Y'all got them talking pictures?
We sure do.
Oh, and by the way, the writers aren't just calling them backwards, they're calling them stupid, though.
Time to hand back last week's spelling test. Oink is set the curve again.
Oh, dang. That is some smart pick.
Once again, everyone starts living their best Alabama life. Peter becomes a drunken sheriff, and Stewie becomes a master at the banjo. Chris and Meg, they do what young teenagers do. They attend the town social, which of course is held in a barn.
Sure is a ding-dang of a hoedown.
Hoot nanny.
Hold down.
Hoot nanny.
Hold down.
Hoot nanny.
Hold down.
When I'm done with this episode, someone needs to tell me how accurate this all is, because I think they might be exaggerating a tad bit. Just look at what's going on behind the barn.
And in the city, glasses are considered really sexy.
Hope her brother don't already have dibs on her.
My daughter would absolutely love you.
I'm sorry, what the hell was that last line? Honestly, I couldn't fit in all the roast in this episode. Just go and watch it, see for yourself. I'll leave you with this final scene toward the end of the episode where the Griffins go home.
It was great having you in class, Meg.
Thanks. I'm really gonna miss everybody.
We all just spit in a jar.
The classic Alabama tradition, gifting a jar of spit. Now, because of those own goals, the United States is way ahead of the rest of the world. Let's try to even things out a bit by heading back to Europe and visiting the Warsaw Globetrotters.
I think you and I could get along very nicely. We'll be a better team than the Warsaw Globetrotters.
Dribble, 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 talking shirt. Give to my friend.
2 rotations.
If Polish basketball legend Andre Pluta ever saw this clip, he would be so pissed. You know who else would be pissed if they watched this video? The Pope. Yeah, that's right, Family Guy made a joke about the Vatican. Not entirely surprising, I know.
I don't know, Lois. Going to Cleveland's house with someone else living there just seems weird. Like when a new pope moves into the Vatican.
I'm still getting XVIII's mail. No, he's not here anymore. This is XXIV. No, I don't need Newsweek. No, I don't need National Geographic. We'll hang on to Boy's Life.
So your country might be small, but it will not save you from getting roasted. Since we're still in Europe, I might as well pop on over to Germany again so I can show you what Family Guy calls the highest rated show in the country.
We now return to Germany's favorite talk show, Das ist gut.
What is this show?
I don't know. It's just a German guy listing items and then declaring them good.
Das ist gut. Sunsets. Das ist gut. Ja. The Autobahn. Vroom vroom. Das ist gut. Euthanasia for the mentally feeble. Das ist gut.
Das ist gut is filmed before an audience of the mentally feeble.
God, I wish I could get tickets to that show.
Looks like Germany and Texas have a lot in common. We've seen a lot of cutaway gags, and we've seen entire episodes making fun of places. Now I'm going to show you an episode making fun of multiple countries at once. The episode Stewie, Chris, and Brian's Excellent Adventure is one of them, and in that one, Chris is being extra stupid and is flunking history. So Stewie and Brian decide to help him, and they go with a very hands-on approach.
All right, I've got the return pad, and the time machine is powering up right now. We should be leaving any moment.
Stewie, can you believe Brian built this?
Wait, what?
Oh, hey, come on. Who built what is not a question on the history final, right?
What better way to learn about history than to experience it, I suppose? Their first stop, Washington, D.C.
Now, the man at the podium is Thomas Jefferson. He's trying to convince Congress to approve the Louisiana Purchase.
We're getting Oklahoma, Arkansas, Nebraska, Kansas, South Dakota, and Louisiana. What are the chances all those states suck?
Dang, they're getting pretty efficient with these roasts. That's like 8 states insulted in one go. Apparently, Chris isn't just here to learn about American history, so they're getting head off to a few other countries.
Now, Chris, this is Brazil before the invention of the soccer ball.
Look at that. We just got the first roast of a South American country. Finally. All right, where's next?
Australia before the shark tooth necklace.
Okay, kind of the same joke there. Let's see if they go for a three-peat.
And Italy before pasta.
Vowel sound.
They were always a ridiculous people.
Well, they might have repeated the format, but I guess they didn't repeat the joke. By the way, in case you're wondering, Chris didn't learn jack on that whole trip. But since we're talking about Brian and Stewie's adventures, why not take a look at the time they went to India? It was also Brian can meet a customer care lady he fell in love with over the phone. Right from the moment they touched down, the roast started coming.
I can already smell the enlightenment and tranquility.
It's so tranquil, I'm tearing up. Come on, I think I see a cab with less than 9 people in it.
If you didn't see that joke coming, you're clearly touching too much grass. I recommend at least 4 more hours of doom scrolling per day. Anyway, back to Brian's love story. In order to find Padma, the girl he fell in love with, they've got to use India's not at all infamous public transport system.
Do you think all those chickens had to buy tickets?
What I wouldn't give right now for a big, juicy steak.
Unfortunately, they just bumped into a bunch of people who are very passionate about cows, like very passionate, like they won't throw down over it.
Stewie, what do we do?
Quick, hit the red buttons!
Wow, that came in handy.
Yeah.
Now let's get out of here.
Let's see what their wieners look like. Yeah, let's get out of here.
Hope you're taking notes, boys and girls. If you're ever in a fight in India, just poke them in the forehead. Promise you won't get your fingers broken. Back to the love story, Brian still needs to find Padma as they hop on more public transportation.
This is where Padma works.
I feel like I owe every bus in America an apology.
Did you notice the cow in the bus? Pull some punches, guys. Dang. Now, Brian does eventually meet Padma, but she's already getting arranged married. But hey, love conquers all.
I can no longer marry you.
Padma, what is it?
My true love is here tonight. His name is Brian Griffin, and my heart belongs to him.
Just one problem, though. Padma's dad paid a lot of money for this marriage to happen, and Brian's gonna have to repay him if he wants a shot at his daughter. So he's gonna have to make some money, and fast.
Stewie, I don't think this is gonna work.
Trust me, Brian, there are 1 billion people here, and almost every one of them has a tapeworm.
I have a tapeworm.
All right, very good. Lie down on your stomach. This won't hurt a bit.
Brian doesn't want to watch tapeworms come out of people's butts all day, so he tries his hand at other, quicker ways of making money. It doesn't matter either way. Padma realizes Brian and her are just too different to work out and calls it off.
Goodbye, Brian.
A peck on the cheek? Was that worth an $8,000 coach ticket?
It's about the journey, not the destination.
No, it's not. This sucked and you failed.
And then the episode ends with a Bollywood-style song and dance number because of course it does. You know what, all in all, this episode wasn't nearly as mean as the Alabama one. Now, this is just a theory I'm working on, but I think the writers are at their meanest when they're making fun of the USA. Just look at this clip.
Hey, check out that Vietnamese guy giving the business to those Vietnam vets.
Scoreboard! Oh, what happened to your friend? I kill him. He cried like a Vietnam undefeated.
Or how about this clip making fun of Bostonians? Oh, making fun of their entire ancestry.
I am living my life according to the magic 8-ball. It will lead me like the shorebird that led the first pilgrims to Boston.
Are you looking to build a city where sports fans can be notoriously racist?
See what I mean? But when it comes to making fun of another country like Sweden, for example, they lob total softballs.
Let's go to Harvard.
Oh, I don't know, you guys. We'll be as out of place there as a black guy in Sweden.
Blackensippen.
Yeah, Blackensippen.
Although there is one other European country Family Guy does really like to make fun of, and that country is Russia.
Man, Russia has the hottest and ugliest women in the world. All 10s and 1s. Wow! Whoa. Wow! Whoa. Wow! Whoa.
Whoa.
Oh, I'm a whoa.
Go ahead and leave a comment telling me why you think they have beef with Russia. Oh, while I tell you about the multiple episodes they dedicated to roasting the country. So in the episode From Russia with Love, Brian gets his Instagram hacked and he gets help from the most unexpected person in the family.
I don't know how you're gonna find...
That's in Russia. Вы можете забрать девочку из Новосибирска. Вы не можете забрать Новосибирск от девочки.
Meg speaks Russian? Is what a fake fan would say. Real OG no-lifers would know that Meg has always been a sleeper agent working for the Russian government. And that was revealed in the episode Spies Reminiscent of Us back in Season 8.
Gosh, that Italian family at the next table sure is quiet.
Агент 2476 знает и ждет, пока мы скажем, что сделать с нашей стороны.
Shut up, 2476.
This is what I mean when I say I've watched too much Family Guy. Meg ain't about to come clean about how she learned Russian, so she says this instead.
If you watch enough super dark videos on the internet, eventually you're gonna learn Russian. But it's amazing how those are really the building blocks of an entire language.
German's very similar.
Whoa, Germany catching strays out of nowhere. So Brian agrees to travel to Russia to confront the guy who hacked his account, and we get another classic airport bit.
We're here to find the hacker that...
Stole your Instagram, yes. Hey! It's that way.
Apparently, leaking radiation isn't their only problem, because the entire country seems to be in quite the state. Why does the taxi driver here have the same haircut as the airport guy? Oh, he's got the same haircut as the hacker, too, who apparently finds Meg very attractive.
You are like big, beautiful nesting doll that holds other dolls inside. You are the outside one because it has to fit all the other ones.
You're pretty in this very ugly country.
The hacker returns Brian's Instagram and everyone's happy. They're all set to go home, except Meg kind of likes it there now.
I can't go back home.
What?
This is a country where female body hair is encouraged. I'm an 8 in Russia, Brian. I'm staying here.
She actually means it. They leave without her, and she starts her life in Russia, where apparently they've got no internet or something because she chooses to communicate with her family via postcards.
Oh, gang, we got another postcard from Meg. I've contracted Rindapest, which has been eradicated from most of the world, except from here.
I'm just glad she's having fun.
The roasting continues in the next episode, and since that's another episode, I'm going to add that to the count too. Oh, why don't I just throw in this random joke about Russia from the episode Spies Reminiscent of Us while we're here?
Wow, those are the Russian people? You do think of bears on unicycles when you think of the Russian people, but they're all bears on unicycles?
Now back to Meg. The episode Adult Education has us catching up to Meg living her best life in Russia, and boy do they make this country look like the bleakest place imaginable.
This old town, this old crumbling village, cold and gray, like the town next door. It's so bleak, but to me it's perfect, especially when we say...
If you think the landscape looks awful, just take a peek at the charming locals.
Привет.
Привет.
Привет. Привет. Привет. He smells like heaven, drunk at 9:15.
But hey, at least they actually like Meg, much more than her family back home at least.
So pale and plainly homely, that's our name.
So what's life like in Russia? Sucky, apparently. Meg works at a bot farm stoking internet hate and outrage all day, but even she has a few complaints about her new life, like the food, for example.
Man, I miss American food. Beets are fine. I sure could go for a good old-fashioned American cheeseburger.
She She gets a dart to the neck, not because of some grand conspiracy, but because she criticized Russia on the internet, if you can even call that criticism.
Government is very strict about criticism of Russian way of life.
See, President Putin can be very sensitive.
So far, they've laid it on pretty thick with the Russia jokes, but the writers over at Family Guy are a little bit self-aware because they snuck in a little shade at the USA in there as well.
God, this hospital bill is going to be a fortune.
Even in Russia, healthcare is basic human right covered by government. Surely is same in the superior United States.
Massive oof. All the Russia jokes are clearly exaggerated, but this one is completely accurate. After her boyfriend nurses her back to health, he decides to take things to the next level.
What do you say, Meg? Will you make me happiest man in all of Russia?
Oh, Ivan, yes, yes, yes.
Aw, how precious. Meg's getting married. I'm sure it'll be a completely normal ceremony with no jokes at Russia's expense.
I now pronounce Ukraine actually part of Russia, husband and wife. You may share a joyless kiss.
This season came out back in 2022, by the way, just saying. Well, things never really work out for Meg, and that includes her marriage. Turns out it was all a scam for her husband to get a green card, so she gets her revenge. She takes his phone and posts Putin's body only okay, and I don't care for fur hats on Twitter. And well, the Russian government doesn't quite like that. I guess her husband gets murdered or imprisoned maybe, and she heads back to Quahog. So is Meg still married? The writers sure don't care, and I guess I don't either. Speaking of weddings though, we've seen what the writers think weddings are like in Russia. What about Mexico, say, for example?
Like the end of a Mexican wedding.
Yeah, I figured it looked something like that. By the way, I mentioned earlier that Peter's real dad is Irish. Well, apparently Peter's birth wasn't exactly intentional either. Turns out his mom tried to get rid of him in Mexico, and apparently this is what it looked like.
God had other plans, and you were born right there. You were so beautiful.
And with that last roast, Mexico officially overtakes Russia as the second most roasted country on the show. Now, it might look like they're all about regurgitating stereotypes on the show, but that's not entirely true. For example, I'm sure you all think English theater is all sophisticated and enlightened. Nuh-uh, not according to Family Guy.
Oh, you kids are gonna love this. England has such a rich heritage of great theater.
Cramps it on for Bingham with a gamgum.
Creatures on the upper with the tram sign! Was to you cranksag lover!
Or how North Dakota is one of the premier vacation hotspots in the U.S.
I mean, I had that job creating ads for the North Dakota Board of Tourism. Do you like South Dakota but don't want to see Mount Rushmore? Come to North Dakota. Best of all, most of the good license plates aren't taken yet. Cool dude, or yay Jews, or boo Jews.
What, nobody thought that about North Dakota? Oh, news to me. Next, you're gonna tell me Japan isn't known for making tasteful and sophisticated adult entertainment.
You know how the Asians look 30 until they're 60? Of course, then they suddenly look 100, but cross that bridge, you know.
Is this a Japanese thing?
The Japanese have a whole other thing going on.
We're Japanese. Let's go watch a schoolgirl bang an octopus.
See? Breaking stereotypes. There is one time they leaned real hard into stereotypes, though, and that was in the episode Scammed Yankees, the episode they dedicated to roasting the entire country of Nigeria. So Lois's dad, Carter Pewterschmidt, gets scammed by a Nigerian prince, and they travel to Nigeria to get his money back. And the place looks exactly like you'd think, complete with an incredibly violent warlord.
That African warlord is brutalizing those innocent people. Wearing a large cowboy hat and follows everything with hamburger, like that stand-up comic.
We are going to force all these young boys to be child soldiers. Hamburger. After 18 hours in the mines, we are going to check your butts for diamonds.
That somehow doesn't dissuade either of them, and they continue their search for the scammer, which of course promptly gets them kidnapped. But hey, good news, they know who Carter is, and the money they scammed from him has been put to good use, so they give him a tour of the village.
It was your money that paid for the school, a well to provide clean drinking water, first health clinic, and a red box with one movie in it, which I personally could begin watching at any point in the film and enjoy from there.
Well, there we go. Everyone's happy, right? Wrong. Carter doesn't like that his money was stolen, and he tells them to tear it all down. Hell, he spends even more money paying people to tear it all down, and I do mean all of it.
Oh my God, they're even taking down a mosquito netting.
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
Look, I know everything's been looking generically African so far. So how do I know they're making fun of Nigeria? Well, Peter gets locked in jail for standing up to Carter's destructive rampage, so he writes a memoir he needs to share with the world.
Take this to a French-Canadian flight attendant, and he will give it to everybody.
That should answer your question. Might raise a couple more, but you can take that up with Family Guy. Peter's memoir gets super popular, and Lois eventually finds out what's going on, so she hops on a plane to Nigeria, rides a frackin' rhino, and goes to confront her father.
Daddy, what the hell are you doing? You throw Peter in jail?
Whatever you do, don't tell them you have a...
Yeah, they told me that at the embassy.
She shows up just in time to stop Carter from executing Peter by firing squad, and like any good daughter, she tries to get to the bottom of things. Why was he brutalizing these poor people?
Daddy, I don't understand, and I mean, you've always been grouchy, but why are you being so mean-spirited?
Yeah, mean-spirited is certainly a word for it. Or 2 words. Is that 2 words? Turns out he was mad because he's getting old, which totally justifies everything. Now, that certainly wasn't the most accurate representation we've seen so far. That being said, I'm about to hit you with the most correct and accurate roast in this entire video.
All right, Peter, it's time to master the game of chess. No, you will do it in the traditional Japanese way.
Ow! I don't know which way the horse goes. Ah! There was a time limit? Nobody told me that. Ah! Wait, how bad is the bad door?
Grandpa-son, how bad was the bad door?
Not too bad. Was almost eaten alive by an escalator. The game is still going on?
YOLO's chess!
Not a single person alive will tell you Japan doesn't have the most insane game shows ever devised. And with those last 3 entries, we've got our first entry in Africa and 2 more in Asia. Well, Asia's about to get a few more entries because in the episode 3 Acts of God, Peter and his friends get tired of their favorite football team always losing and they blame God for it, so they decide to go find him. To do that, they pick the holiest places they can think of. That leads them to Israel.
All right, what better place to find God? Birthplace of all of Western civilization's great religions and one really mean one.
Oh, God, why is so hot out? Walking downtown. Who gets married on a get off these beds?
Oh, that's a tough one to make a YouTube-appropriate joke out of. Would you believe me if I said it only gets tougher from here?
Oh, look, Joe's feeding them pennies.
Oh, somebody take a picture.
Guys, you're killing me over here. Speaking of killing, though, this is what your average bus ride in Israel looks like, apparently.
Can't believe we didn't find God in Jerusalem.
Oh, here's our bus to the airport.
Wow, that was super loud.
You know what, while we're here, I might as well just get through all the jokes that might get this YouTube channel, or at least this video, nuked.
Well, this thing is worthless. Like my Palestinian alarm clock.
Allahu Akbar!
Look at that, no comment yet again. How strange, I wonder why. Let's round things off with another joke Family Guy made about Israel. So here's the setup. Jesus comes to Quahog, he's looking for a mate. What better way to do that than speed dating?
Where do you live?
Everywhere, all places. Hopefully inside you. How's the wine?
It's terrific.
That's my blood, you know.
This is kind of embarrassing, but are you okay with someone who smokes?
Are you okay with someone who wanders the desert lecturing people on how to act?
Where are you from?
Israel!
Hey, they said it, not me. Now that we're done with that, this is the final stop for Peter and his friends in their search for God.
India, the most spiritual country in the world. God is not here.
Remember when they made that exact joke earlier? Yeah, those 2 scenes are only a season apart. At least Brian and Stewie made it past the airport. Peter just isn't a huge fan of vacations, even when it's in his own country, not even when it's Hawaii.
It can't be any worse than our trip to Hawaii. Okay, before you do anything else, I'm deathly allergic to pineapple, pork, rum, stupid tiny guitars, overpriced golf, sentimental military stuff, apostrophes, anyone twirling flames, second weddings, and linen pants.
Sometimes I wonder, is Peter always this insufferable? The answer is yes, every version and every timeline. Like in the episode Viewer Mail number 2, where we got to see an alternate reality British Peter. And before you even think of asking, no, this was not an episode delving into the complex characterization of Peter Griffin. They just wanted to make fun of British people. Case in point, Britain's most popular game show.
Wheel of Politeness! You first. Wouldn't dream of it. Too kind, really, I insist. Wouldn't be proper of me. I appreciate your courtesy.
Join us same time tomorrow if it's not entirely inconvenient for you. This has all been an imposition. I'm so dreadfully sorry.
Sorry, everyone.
Calling people polite is far from the meanest roast, but I guess the episode is just getting started. And in classic Peter Griffin style, he's about to go drinking.
I'm meeting me mates down at the pub.
Again?
We're meeting at the Dog and Cat and Bull and Whistle and Fiddle and Cock and Pig and Wolf and Carriage and Fife and Other Wolf.
After that, they make a joke about what British people apparently like to call cigarettes. I won't be playing that clip, thank you very much. Look it up yourself, but only when you're done with this video. Next, we get a properly sophisticated British cutaway gag.
Cutaway, sir.
Yes, that's good then.
Friends, family, and characters random. So sit back, relax, and enjoy our invention.
I love summer.
To be fair, that's a lot more clever than most of their cutaway gags. Not really hitting very hard so far, are they? Heck, I kinda agree with this next joke even.
Well, it's a brilliant day for a long and confusing game of cricket. Oh, he's batted it clear out of the stadium. Is that good? We don't know.
Yay! Boo!
I know like half the world is into sports, but what the hell is even going on? But yes, you are allowed to make fun of me in the comment section below. Anyway, British Peter and his family decide to spend the afternoon watching the Queen parade through town, and of course, they have to take part in the ceremonial act of yelling at Prince Charles.
Wanker! Wanker!
I know.
Wanker!
Wanker!
You're a wanker!
Wanker!
Right, quite right. Spot on, he's got it.
Joke's a bit dated by now, but then again, the episode came out over 10 years ago. Yeah, that's kind of where the roasts end. It turns into a pretty substandard episode of Family Guy after that. If that last one wasn't harsh enough for you, well, things are about to get meaner from here, starting with the episode Mr. and Mrs. Stewie. In that one, Stewie meets another evil baby, way more evil than him, somehow, so he decides to make her his girlfriend.
Penelope, I've never said this to anyone before, but my one true soulmate. Do you feel this way too?
I do, Stuart. It's as if we were meant to be together.
So what do evil babies do to pass the time? Wreak havoc around the world, of course.
We blew up the Great Wall of China, bombed the Eiffel Tower, and dear Pakistan. Up yours. Love, India.
They did not need much.
Bless their hearts, they actually did some research for this roast. When these evil babies aren't actively destroying the world, they're plotting about it to varying degrees of success.
We shall attack the famous landmarks of each and every country from A to Z.
Then that explains why we are starting with Afghanistan.
Destroy Afghanistan's well-known landmarks, such as that kind of falling-apart brick structure near that rusty jeep, stubbly, toothless man selling burlap. Or, let's see, small, dirty puddle filled with camel dung. This country is an abortion.
Take it back, they did not do their research. That one was just kind of mean. But hey, it's not the worst one. You tell me, which one of these two is meaner? This joke about Ethiopia?
Joe, you are going to be happier than bullfrogs on vacation in Ethiopia.
This is fantastic. This is even better than they said it was in the brochure.
Yeah, I hear Madonna's raising this guy's kid.
Or is it this joke about Ethiopia?
We now return to Ethiopian hoarders.
I don't know how it got like this.
Leave your answer in the comment section below. And while you're down there, let's play another guessing game. I know you love these. Which random-ass U.S. state am I going to show you next? Did you guess Nebraska?
Yes, I thoroughly enjoyed my trip to Nebraska. So, anybody see any good movies lately?
Not really, no.
Read any good books?
No.
No.
Nope.
Anything new with corn?
Oh, yeah, corn.
Corn.
Oh, yeah,
corn.
You bet. Corn.
You know what? Let me make it easy for you. Did you guess any of these states? That's Ohio, Kentucky, Illinois, Indiana, Missouri, Iowa, and Kansas. Apparently the city boys over at Family Guy think growing corn is somehow demeaning. Who don't love corn? That's 2 more points to the U.S. You know what? I might as well just round it out with the time Peter Griffin roasted the entire nation as a concept.
We'll have a happy new life and we'll have equal rights for all. Except blacks, Asians, Hispanics, Jews, gays, women, Muslims, everybody who's not a white man. So no Italians, no Polish, just people from Ireland, England, and Scotland. Just full-blooded whites.
And with that, we've got 66 total roasts with the United States blitzing the competition with 15 points. Followed by Mexico and Russia tied in second place with 4 points each, and in third place, we got India with 3 points. Pretty much the exact type of spread I was expecting, but if after all that you still want more cartoon hijinks, then this is the place for you. Click the link on screen to see something even wackier. And thanks for watching.